morning. Just got to London, outside the studio now, about to go in and prepare for our Pass the Orcs event. I'm going to vlog the whole day so you can see sort of what we get up to. Should be fun.
Let's do it.
The Carnage Massive just kind of does everything, doesn't it? It's kind of
it's an all-round good synth.
You can buy it or find presets for it so easily as well.
So the Serum too.
Yeah, Serum. Yeah.
There's a lot. If you go on like the Native Instruments like forums and stuff, and there's just thousands of patches on there people make.
I went on Reddit.
There goes my love, pumping out of my veins, pumping out of my veins. It flows like gold, pumping out of my veins, pumping out of my veins.
It is a wave. I don't mean a wave. It does. Fusion wave. Bass fusion.
Then you don't have to.
Wave fusion. Rhyme wave. Neo wave. Purple wave. None of these are
Dance floor ready tune like this. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yo. Yeah, it's G. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. SoundCloud producers just put up track after track after track, and they get lots of plays, and it's just the one, just the one thing. At least with an EP, you're putting in a bit of effort. You know, you're having to like theme things. You've got to mix them. You know, there's a lot of effort involved. Whereas one track you can put on one track, and all your mixes, all your masters built different levels. Whereas with 3 or 4, you've got to, you know, it's hard work.
I think if you look at where people, I mean, it's hard because it's your art, and you obviously you put a lot of effort into it, and it means a lot to you. But as an artist or a producer, whatever you want to call yourself, but I think if you look where people's attention is, and you try and look at your own like consumption habits of music, I've never listened to a dance music album or electronic album. Maybe a couple of times.
I've listened to loads.
And
loads.
I guess obviously everyone. My habits are not going to be the kind of the same for everyone, but I think it's just
depends on the dance music as well.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
you're not going to listen to like much of what he's making at a festival dance floor.
No, the stuff I'm
Might listen to it at home though.
Yeah.
In the background.
So maybe it's that then that niche music doesn't really have a place so much in an album. I think it's more when a niche crosses over to mainstream or influences mainstream. We were talking about this yesterday, weren't we? I think probably the last big album I've sat down and listened to the whole way through is probably Disclosure's album. But they are more of a pop act, so they fit into that kind of format a lot easier. But
then again, it's like take Chasing Status, right? I used to really love Chasing Status before they started putting out albums, when they were just drum and bass producers, and they weren't very well known at all, but the music they were making 10, 12 years ago was like blowing everything out of the water. They were like, they really dominated the scene. Then they started putting out albums, and they started doing live shows with bands, and they've since, in my feeling, they've dropped. They're not anywhere near what they used to be. And their albums were never as strong as their singles were when they were like putting stuff out long ago.
You out there, that.
It was so weird, so like, it's so different. It's like, yo, that's fair.
It's like, where's Alex? Yeah.
There's a guy that I want to work with, and like I've had people that I'm trying to work with now, but that are like fine the sort of like things that they ask to do is like not hard. Like they'll be like, oh, can you make me a song that has a guitar in it? So that's like fine because I've got creative control to do whatever I want. I just need to put a guitar in it, which isn't really that hard because I can just think of a melody instead of chording it in a piano. I can do guitar. But it's when people say things like, can you make me a 90s R&B track? Even though I don't listen to that much 90s R&B, like, and then like I don't know how like the breakdown is and things like that, and I just find it really confusing and like.
Then you find
Yeah,
something.
tip, yeah. You just go on YouTube, type in that or Google, type in 90s R&B, look at all of the best songs or the ones what stick out to you, and then you just use that song as a guide, as a reference, and you just start there. And the thing is, one thing as well, what I would say, sometimes it's not about overthinking. When you start to overthink, you start making the task harder than what it is. And I think that when you're being creative, when you're making music or art or whatever it may be, it's really about connecting with your instincts. Because what I've found over the years for me is that over the years I've acquired so much knowledge, such a wealth of knowledge, to a point where sometimes I get to points that it's not fun anymore. Because I know too much. You know, oh, that frequency is this, or it needs to be this and that. Whereas when I first started out, I was just using my ears, and my ears will tell me everything. Now, I'm looking at graphs, all of these analyzers and spectrum analyzers and this and that and blah blah blah. Yeah. And really and truly, it's your ears and what you feel inside. That's you're winning all the time. You know, when you're like that. Me personally, that's what I feel. I feel the more information I've learned over the years, it's almost made me a little dumber.
And that's and the listener's not going to be thinking about graphs and stuff, are they? They're going to be thinking, they're going to be getting an emotional attachment to it. Yeah, so yeah, you're right.
So you know, I feel like it's really about connecting on a primal level, using your ears, your heart, your passion, and then you know whoever mixes it or engineers it or what have you, they clean it up and make it do what it needs to do. You understand? Yeah. But you know, it's about understanding it from your perspective, not anyone else's.
The moments that hit hardest are not the end of it all. Anthony's moments taking the world like I'm on the reds. With no rage against humanity, just targets to accomplish. Because without a doubt, I can see we all can become something. Unfortunately, because the life is other people's judgments, but I take it in my stride. When I'm on the waves, enjoy the current. one should die. Who am I to judge? I ain't got the Midas touch. I might have just got blooded off the eyes. Yeah, I think you should try. Suicide, you scuba dive, I'll supersize your Uber ride. Fuck what this shit means, man. It's just the words I choose to rhyme. Don't speak unless you're spoken to. I'll rip your fucking soul into the DP, your hoe with a motherfucking roller too. So do what Sony Bono do, share some shit. That's an old ass joke for our parents to get. Cold flows in my throat, that's an aerosol kid. If ill months get around, that's a carousel dip. So take care of your chick before I bury the stick. On the breezeway, I'm a DJ with the click. If it's dispute on sight, I say I'll do alright. And right back to your stupid your review online. Quote me, I don't flow the proceeds. I flow because I'm sick of being told to bag. Go ahead and find a tighter rhymer. I ain't never been too hyper over trophies. Bitch, I said quote me. Here we go, yeah. What time?
Excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute? Sure, you know.
It's like a little coffee shop here.
Somebody mind? You know his name. Oh yeah, definitely. I know his name.
Yo, so we're signing out. Had a wicked day down here for the Pass the Aux event. Met some amazing producers. Listened to some crazy music. And yeah, there's going to be loads of collabs coming soon. Hopefully with all these guys standing behind me. So thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one.
How about the extra? Yeah, how about the extra?